Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sports Star. Today, we are going to be doing a group stages of the World Cup recap and my predictions for the knockout stages. So let's get into it with Group A. Out of all the groups, this is probably and definitely the worst team in it, with Qatar putting up an absolute stinker, scoring one goal in three matches and conceding seven. They were a pushover against whoever they played, as many people predicted going into it. And a fair game to them, but by far the worst showing ever from a host country. Next in that group, we had Ecuador, who played, I believe, against Senegal for the final spot, and narrowly lost, knocking them out of the World Cup. Never losing control of this group for a long time, for most of the thing. Put up 2 wins and a draw. I do think they are one of the stronger teams going into it, though they are worried. It is worrying to me their current battles with the flu. Next, the group that everybody in the U.S. unified for, Group B. So, I was not expecting. I'm gonna be honest here. I was not expecting U.S. to put up as good of a showing as they did. I was expecting them to beat Iran. I was expecting them to beat Wales, and I was expecting them to lose pretty badly to England. I was expecting a close game with Wales. I was expecting that I thought we would dominate Iran, and I thought we would lose to England. We ended up drawing England and Wales with a 0-0 tie in the England game, which we held on for, which I was very happy with as a U.S. fan. Very happy with that game, and then conceding a penalty at the very end against Wales, giving Gareth Bale a penalty, and him eventually showing this. Then we held on for dear life against Iran. So we start with England for this side. I do think they are a strong team. I just do think they do have flaws. I don't think they are as invulnerable as many people thought they were going into this. For U.S., we're usually good in the first half. I mean, both matches we played very strong in the first half, and I believe both of our goals in the first half. I'm just concerned for the fact that we're holding on for dear life against Iran. We didn't pull away in the England game, and then we had a bad penalty, or we had a penalty at the end of the Wales game, which cost us a win there. So I'm just worried about that, especially going up against Netherlands side, which, unless they are wrecked by the flu, is going to be a rough game. It doesn't really inspire confidence in me. Up next, we got Group C. Argentina is probably one of the teams I'm rooting more for. They're one of the few teams that I'm rooting for that I don't have any direct ties to. Just because I really want to see Messi win a World Cup realistically his last World Cup ever. I really want to see that. It's one of the few things he hasn't accomplished in his career. So, I'll see it for him. But obviously they lost their first game against Saudi Arabia, but since then, they've put up a good showing. I mean, 5 goals in 3 matches, 4 of those coming in the last 2 matches. I have a good feeling about Argentina. Now, this was actually one of the more interesting groups, with close games all around. Mexico just failing to get in. I mean, if it hadn't been that close, it would have gone to yellow cards, which rarely did see anything regarding that. Usually it's points separates most teams, and then goal differential separates the rest. But obviously Mexico conceded a late goal, giving Poland the spot over them. Good luck to both teams. Poland looked a little bit shaky, but still, I have a good feeling about them. Now, next we got France and the rest of Group D. Obviously, everybody expected France to come out and demolish it in this group. And they did. They won their first 2 games, scoring 6 goals in the 2. I have a good feeling about them going into the rest of the World Cup. Hopefully, they keep it rolling. I mean, they're a fun team to watch. I like them a lot to watch. And then Australia, probably one of the weaker qualifying teams, honestly. -1. Obviously, you can see the -1 goal differential. I'd say I'm willing to make that's one of the lower ones probably the lowest out of any qualifier. Yeah, the lowest by any qualifying team, and the second worst in their group. Tunisia put up a good fight going into that, beating France's B team, but still a good result for them. So Denmark needed to win that game. They obviously lost and did not get in. And Tunisia won the game, which they needed to do, but Australia sneaked out the win of that, giving them the last spot. Now up to the most competitive group of this, going into that last day of games, some of the better games all World Cup. I believe every single team was in it at one point or another, and every single team was out of it at one point or another. Obviously, France put up an absolutely dominant performance against Costa Rica, their first game. But I think Costa Rica looks at this with I think they go back with a good feeling. They beat Japan, who won the group. I mean, other than that Spain game, I mean they beat Japan 1-0, and Germany put two of their goals in it the last couple minutes. So obviously it's disappointing that you didn't make it when you were so close, but good job to Costa Rica. You're a tiny country. I mean, props. As for the rest of the groups, the biggest shocker out of this, I predicted them to make it through. I think I predicted them to win it, honestly. Germany getting knocked out in the group stages for the second World Cup in a row. I remember seeing a stat. They've gotten knocked out in the group stages twice out of every World Cup in history. The last two World Cups. And this, of course, coming after their 2014 World Cup victory. Good luck to them. That's all I really have to say for them. And for Japan, I mean, they don't possess the ball a lot, but they do what they need to do. They win it dirty. And not dirty as in they make a lot of fouls. Dirty as in they do what they need to do. I mean, they get the job done at the end. So props to them. Same to Spain. I'm a little bit concerned about Spain. They've been on a downward trend the last couple of games after that demolishing of Costa Rica that first game. But still, I mean, can't fault them for it. Now, next, another shocker, honestly, for it. Belgium getting bumped out in the first round. They were the number 2 team in the world. And they got bumped on the group stages. And their coach has, as of yesterday's games, stepped down from the job. So hopefully Canada, in their, I believe, second ever World Cup appearance, gets absolutely demolished, being the second team eliminated and only scoring 2 goals all. I think they are very much. And if Qatar wasn't in this World Cup, if this was hosted somewhere else, they would be the laughingstock of this World Cup, honestly. And after their comments about how they were going to destroy Croatia, that just makes it a little bit sweeter for Croatia. I do want to point out, though, in that Canada versus Croatia game, the right backs won for the Costa Rican one. Croatia won. Draganovic, I butchered that name, sorry. Currently plays for Celtic FC. Go the boys in green, and is leaving during this transfer portal season. And the right back for Canada, I believe right backs. I'm gonna get laughing at how that was wrong. For Canada, Alistair Johnston is coming to Celtic. So fun little trivia there for y'all. And obviously number 1 in this group, Morocco. I did not see this coming. I believe I'm gonna put my predictions after we finish this, but I do believe I put them definitely not winning it. Maybe not even. Again, I don't know if I got them put in 3rd or 4th, but they definitely were not qualifying. Now up next, Brazil. No surprises there. They were the World Cup favorites. I think I had them winning the World Cup, and but I am concerned with with Neymar Jr. being out with his ankle. Hopefully he comes back healthy for these knockout stages, but that's no guarantee. And just I'll be interested to watch. I think they are still the favorites to win it. But it's interesting to look at. Then Switzerland today sneaking it in, winning 3-2 over Serbia, which in the first half was a very, in my opinion, very entertaining match. I watched the first half and then had to turn it off, but that was definitely a great game. And then Cameroon, despite their win, did not quite have enough at the beginning to put them over that edge to get in. But they put up a good fight too. Now, up last, but certainly not least, we have Group H. We have, I mean, Portugal. Obviously, they were one of the stronger ones with Ronaldo playing for them. But I didn't think they were as firm. But they obviously clinched after 2 games and then lost, lost to South Korea. Who snuck in a goal in the 90-something minute to sneak out their win over to sneak out their spot in there. I'm excited to see what they end up doing with this because I do think they are a strong team. And then Uruguay, not the most likable team by any stretch of the imagination, but they put up a good fight and just didn't have enough oomph in them to get them over the edge. Ghana put up a good fight in all their matches too, except for maybe that last one, but they definitely did. I mean, they're a tiny country. I mean, honestly, that's just what it was. I mean, they're just not big enough yet. But great results at all. I think this has been the games I watched this year were all very entertaining. I loved watching it this year. This is probably the first year I've watched the World Cup as closely as I have. And it's really been entertaining. So I also have open now my predictions for these. Oh, let's wait. So let's just do a quick compare and contrast. So I said that in Group A, I said that Senegal was going to win it and Netherlands were going to be second place. So close-ish there. Switched those around and we're good. Then I predicted England, USA, Iran, Wales. And I predicted England, USA, Wales, Iran. But so got qualifiers right there. Then switch around the other two. Then next I had Argentina, Mexico, Poland, Saudi Arabia. So I'm so far I'm 5 of 6 on the qualifiers, and then actual placings are iffy, but whatever. Then up next I had France and Denmark making it. Obviously, Denmark crashed out, but yeah, win some, you lose some. And then had Australia, Tunisia. There, and then up next, my next one, probably the biggest surprise, I had Spain, Germany, Costa Rica, France. I think this is Spain, Japan. Sorry, my brain just died. But Spain, Germany, Costa Rica, Japan. Completely wrong. I don't think I saw this coming. I don't think you could have given me 10 guesses at this time. I would have guessed this order, but my props to them. And then another one that I completely messed up. I had Belgium, Canada, Croatia, Morocco. So I mean, other than the fact I got flipped around, not bad. And then, but bringing it back in, we had this one actually picking the right order. Brazil, Switzerland, Cameroon, Serbia. And then in Group H, Portugal, Uruguay, Ghana, South Korea. But all in all, picked most of the qualifiers, just not most of the orders. And yeah, it should be good to watch. So now on to the playoff. So we got it all set. It's looking pretty good. So I think that we'll be back in a minute. Yeah. And we are back, and I now have the World Cup predictor live. So let's get into it. Netherlands, USA. I think normally I'd say Netherlands loses with a landslide. But as it stands right now, with Netherlands being racked by, I believe by a flu case. I don't know where they stand on that at the moment, but I do think Netherlands still win this game. Just something to watch there as it shakes out a bit. That's tomorrow morning. Well, morning if you're here. Up next, we got Argentina, Australia. I think this is a no-brainer. Argentina wins. Don't really have to think much about that. Let's just get this out of the way. I think Brazil wins that easy. It's not maybe the only. And I think France wins that pretty easy. I don't think Poland's quite at where they should be form-wise. Now, up next, we got England, Senegal. So obviously, England's the vastly stronger team here. I don't think anybody's really disputing that at this point. They went 2-2, 0-1 in the opening round, and they beat Wales 3-0. And Iran 6-2. So I think they are the stronger team, but I just feel like Senegal could be that sneaky upset. I am still going to pick England though to win that. Up next, Morocco. Actually, up next, Japan, Croatia. Croatia's the stronger team overall. Japan has been really on form. I'm actually gonna go with the upset here with Japan. I just feel like I hate the Telegraph. You can't just let us use your service for free. Oh, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. The Telegram tried to get money from me, and I'm not doing that for a service I will use for this World Cup and this World Cup only. Anyways, back to where we were. Australia, Netherlands, Argentina, England, France, Japan, Brazil, and then I think Portugal wins. So we're... One minute, everybody. We're experiencing some technical difficulties here. By which I mean there's no good predictors for this. After further consultation, I might be stupid. Quite possibly. Anyways, back to where we were. Sorry about that. Anyway, back to where we were. I think Morocco versus Spain. This should be a good game. I think Morocco's on thing, but I think Spain's just a bit too good, even though they have been struggling a bit recently. So I'm going to go with them. And then Portugal, Switzerland. I think that Portugal wins. On to the quarterfinals. Argentina, Netherlands. I think Argentina wins this. Japan, Brazil. Brazil's quite possibly the best team in the world right now. England, France. I think France wins this. I think it'll be a good... I think that'll be one of the better games to watch. So, Spain, Portugal. I think Portugal wins. Up next, we got quite possibly... I mean, the way it's shaken out, might be the best game in the World Cup. Argentina, Brazil. I think Brazil... I really hope that Argentina wins this match, just because I want to see Messi go out in a blaze of glory for international soccer at least. But I do think Brazil sneaks this out, and then I think France beats Portugal. Then for the third place match, I think Argentina wins, and finally in the finals, I believe. I'm trying to think of a good thing there, and I came up finally in the finals. I believe that Brazil wins over France. So yeah, that's your World Cup, everybody. Hope that it lives up to the high standards that the group stage is set, and I'll see y'all at the end of it. Definitely gonna do a recap video of it after that. Have a good one, y'all. See ya.